Wonderful. Yeah, I know that, as you already said, the televisions of flat televisions, plasma screens, LCDs and such are becoming very popular in this country, but all over the world there's got to be a lot of uses still for these CRTs.
That's correct, Andy. The United States is the only country that I'm aware of that wants the LCDs, as you were saying. Most countries are still using a CRT television and plan to for the next 15 or 20 years. So CRT televisions and monitors will still be in use for quite some time.
And we're providing a very valuable stream of the product going in that direction so that they don't have to start with new and the existing good ones don't end up in a landfill.
That's correct, Andy. We definitely want to keep all of the waste out of the landfills.
Well, I'd like to go take a look at some more of this disassembly that's going on over here. It looks like they're taking and sorting a lot of plastics.
Yeah, over here we're going to be doing some televisions, which is plastic and metals as well. So let's go take a walk over here.
So I got bins all over the place containing plastics, metals, and a lot of things. Why don't you just give us a quick overview of what we're looking at?
This is actually where we're disassembling television sets that no longer work. And you'll have metals, you'll have boards, you have the boards from the televisions. As I look down, we'll see some plastics. You have a lot of plastic within the television. And all the way down at the end, you'll actually see CRT tubes. That's the only part of the electronics that really can be hazardous. In that state, it's not hazardous. It's considered solid waste, not hazardous waste. But if you break it, it does have cadmium and phosphorus inside, and the tube itself is made of leaded glass, which the EPA is worried about. So we do not break any tubes here. We actually send those tubes out for further processing. It costs a lot of money to do it properly, but that's the way REACT decided to process or send for further processing.
So it's not the cheapest way, not the easiest way, but it's a good way.
It's the right way as far as I'm concerned.
And organization of the plastics here, is it broken up by the type of plastic or color? How do you do that?
Actually, our buyers, our plastic buyers, are major buyers, and they've requested that we send it out by color. So we'll separate white and black and separate the browns from that and the grays from that. And if you'd like to see some of that, we have some of that up here that baled already that we can show you.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Let's take a look.
Okay, take a walk up this way, Andy.
So we have plastic in bales ready to go out from here. What's the weight of a typical bale of plastic?
Well, these bales right here are mostly ABS, Andy, and there's actually 3 bales per skid. Each bale is approximately 500 to 600 pounds.
Wow. How's the market right now in plastics? Is 500 pounds worth much?
It's not worth much at all. It's a sad point right now. The plastics market is terrible. We're getting approximately 2 to 3 cents per pound, where a year ago we were getting 20 or 24 cents per pound. It all revolves around the barrel of oil prices. When the oil prices are way down, which most people don't think they're way down right now, but they're down low enough to where it's actually less expensive to manufacture new plastic than it is to recycle plastic. So that's a bad point with the electronics recycling industry right now.
Yeah, that is a shame, because even though it may be cheaper, I would imagine if there are more companies who are doing a good job of recycling and keeping it clean like you do, I would think the industry would find recycling very, very advantageous.
Well, everyone thinks so, and I hope because of the new green initiatives that we find a way. Whether it's our government or a company like myself. I just hope that someone eventually, hopefully sooner than later, finds a more efficient way to recycle plastics.
Fantastic. Well, it's good to see that REACT is doing their part, that's for sure. Well, one thing I've been really wanting to get a look at is that shredder. Can we go take a look at that now?
Sure, let's go take a look at the hard drive shredder.
All right. Well, this certainly is an impressive-looking piece of machinery here. Tell us a little bit about what we're looking at.
This is a 300 horsepower hydraulic shredder, Andy. On the opposite side of this hopper, there's a conveyor belt that'll bring the hard drives or tapes or proprietary equipment up into the hopper. Goes through the shredder, which is just large knives, and cuts apart hard drives, tapes, whatever we decide, or whatever a customer asks us to shred, actually. If we take a look right over here, we'll see some of the shredded hard drive. This is probably one of the largest pieces of a platter, it's called, that you're going to find coming off of this machine. And the platter is what holds the information. So in this state, nobody can get the information off of that. There are some companies that will drill a hole. Drilling a hole only ruins that piece of information. The rest of it's still there. Some people actually have taken and run over these. That doesn't hurt the platter. Some people use heat, and unless it melts it completely, that doesn't ruin it either. Some people just erase the information. There are companies out there that can retrieve that information. So the only way to be positive that your information is never recovered off of your hard drive is to have it shredded. And as I said, we do have one of the few in the northeast of the United States.
And it's not just disk drives. You said that there are a few other things that you shred as well.
It's not just disk drives. If you look here on the floor, you can actually see some of the magnetic tape that we've destroyed here in this machine, and some other proprietary components. There are some companies that have boards that they don't want the technology out, so they'll pay us to shred the hard drive or the component.
Well, we've got a really good look at what REACT is doing today in electronics recycling. Any idea what tomorrow might hold?
That's hard to say, Andy. A lot of it depends on the worldwide markets and new processes that come about. So it's very hard to say. I'm just hoping that we can stay in the forefront of electronics recycling.
Well, I certainly hope so, too. Well, Skip, I can't thank you enough for letting Simply Sustainable come in, take a look around here. I think our viewers will have a really good time looking at the video here and seeing just what electronics recycling is all about. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy, and thank you for everything you've done for recycling in general.
I'm Andy Parker.
The information presented is considered to be expert opinion and is intended to be but one part of your journey to a more sustainable life.